Hello, beautiful souls. Hello, and welcome to Annie in the Wild. Now, as you see, I am not in the wild today. and that is because, I'm staying temporarily in a hotel until I had figured out my bed situation in the van. So for all of you who are new and are not coming from my old channel, welcome. Thank you for being here. I used to have a Kia. So it was kind of like a crossover SUV. So I was kind of like, the kind of setup I had was for that worked for that. And so when I lost that and I got this minivan, now I'm trying to, I mean, my setup, I got it, everything to work in there. Now I thought my bed situation would work in there, but it didn't. Oh my gosh, you guys, it didn't so badly. Yeah, so I had to figure out my bed situation and my sleeping arrangement because I already have a really bad back. My back grinds, and so my neck and my back were literally killing me after 2 weeks, sleeping on I had just like little thin pieces of memory foam, and I was just sleeping on those, like I had put some on top of each other to make like 6 inches, which as soon as I would sit on it, it would go flat. It was just so uncomfortable. It was so uncomfortable. When I would lay on it, one end would come up and then take me down, and then the other end would just go down and then tilt down. And so while you were sleeping, you would also like slowly be falling off the cot. It was just so uncomfortable, and I was like, okay, I have to figure this out. And I couldn't like turn around and stuff because I was in so much pain. So I was like, I can't do this. I have to spend the money for the hotel until I figure out the bed situation. And so here we are. I explained in my last video, in my first video of this channel for Oak Flats, I explained my living situation and how I'm temporarily displaced. So the room in the house that I live in, it's completely emptied. There's nothing there. It's as if, I didn't live there, so everything I own is out, everything has been screwed and fucked because of water damage. So I can't just go over there. You can't do anything over there. It's hot, it's disgusting. Everything's like from inside the walls and the floors and everything, inside the lighting fixtures, it's like mildew and like mold and like I don't know what else I'm smelling. And I've had this cough for a really long time from all of this. And our house also has asbestos because it's old. So there's a lot going on at home, and I'm trying to keep calm. And of course, as you know, when people mess up your home, then when going through their insurance companies, it's like I might have to get lawyers, and I am well prepared for that if I have to. I just hope it doesn't come to that, but if it does, I'm ready and prepared for that step. Now, the only hard part is that it's hard to find places to stay overnight that has service. I go to, I'm out here in California, and it's very difficult. And that was, I was working with it. I had found that place, Oak Flats, that I posted, and everywhere they have, I understand the stay limits. I understand why that's in place. The homeless community was not being respectful at all. My heart goes out to people and everyone who is homeless. I right now am displaced myself, but that doesn't mean just because you are displaced or do not have a home, that means you can just be a slob or like live in this disgusting way and throw your feces on the floor and make a trash of things. I do not respect that. I do not tolerate that behavior myself. And so I understand why these rules are in order. Just because you're displaced doesn't mean you have to be disgusting. That's just your character. That's how it's like whether you are out on the street in an RV or a tent, or if you had a nice home, if you're disgusting, you're disgusting. Like, that's not something I will ever agree with, especially out here in California. You see people walking around with their penises out, and everything, it's pretty bad. So I get why the rules are in order, but it makes it hard to find a safe place to stay overnight. Keyword safe. Because the safe places all have rules and regulations. And because of the homeless population taking so much advantage of everything throughout the past few years, especially after COVID, now everything is just so strict that they don't care, to be like, hear your story and like sympathize, or something. That's not there. And that's because people have taken advantage. And so it's very annoying. So, that place is great. That place was great. I have 12 more days I could stay over there. And there's still a lot that has to be done at the house. It hasn't even really gotten fully started yet, The insurance company is still going back and forth, sending people. So right now there's just huge, ginormous, big fans and like dehumidifiers in place. And they're just kind of like, oh, like making this huge noise all day. And obviously those have to be on, right? Like we can't just turn them off because they're taking away the humidity from like inside the walls, the ceiling, like I said, light fixtures, floors, everything. It was like a waterfall coming down from the ceiling, So, so yeah, yeah, so water destroyed the house. So that's where we stand at the moment. And I'm just trying to figure things out. And it's very difficult. So because of that reason, I don't want to go back over there and use up my 12 days. So I'm going and I'm going to spend money at a campground. And I have a campground that I go to that I like and I feel safe at. Unfortunately, the camp host, who is what makes that entire campsite awesome, is also leaving to go to Big Bear in San Bernardino to be a host over there. So we're losing him at this campsite that I'm about to go to next week. Right now, as I'm filming this, it's Friday. So I'm here in this room until Sunday, and then Sunday, when I check out of here, I already booked my reservation on recreation.gov for the campsite over there. So I'm going to check out here and go straight over there. So, and I chose that place because for a few reasons. The main one, because I didn't have to think about it too much and be on iOverlander too much because it's very difficult. I don't want to stay on the side of the road. I have my fur baby. I have my cat. She is my number one, my everything. Everything I do is thought of her in the process. And so I can't just go on the side of the road because that's going to freak her out, like all the noise, all the car noise and everything overnight. She's not going to sleep, which means in turn, I'm not going to sleep. So that's not an option, and a lot of the things on iOverlander are things that are just like off the side of the road, little pit stop areas or something, and so that's not going to work for us, and that's not really safe either. And I also need access to trash cans because, I need to be able to throw away my trash, my bathroom, things like that. So I need access to trash. That's very important. And if I'm just like on the side of the road, I don't have access to that. So that's not going to work for me. So yes. A lot of the BLM land out here in California also, there isn't really anything available. There's like no amenities. There's no trash. I don't know why there's no trash, but yeah, that's another problem with the BLM land for me. So that's why I'm sticking to like forests and national forests. I have the America the Beautiful pass, but unfortunately, I have yet to find an actual legit place to use it. Oak Flats, that's the only place around here that I can use that pass. I don't know anywhere else, which really sucks because that pass isn't cheap, and it's like I have to pay to stay at these campsites even though I have that pass, you know, so that really sucks. So, but it is what it is. I rather pay for the campsites than pay for a hotel room because hotel rooms aren't cheap. They're very expensive. They're so loud and noisy. People are constantly banging like their doors closed. There's like, I don't know what they're banging onto the walls. There's like banging noises coming from everywhere. So it's not exactly convenient to be in a hotel. It's nice, like there's a shower, yes, but it's not exactly the most convenient thing. I much prefer my van. So does my fur baby. So, you know, so yeah, we're just here because I had to figure out my mattress situation, you guys. I mean, my mattress situation was so bad. Like when I was laying down, the top of my head, like the top of that memory foam thing, because they were so thin, it couldn't handle my weight, right? Like an actual mattress. So it would like lift up over here and this side would be down. And then if I tried to sleep on the other side, the problem with the other side was that it was already naturally curved down for some reason. Like there was something wrong with the memory foam. So it was like stuck facing down a little bit, like tilted downwards, and then angled a little to the side too. So there was that problem. So I really tried. I tried for 2 weeks on that thing until I couldn't turn anymore. Like literally I had to like move my whole body to turn around, you know? It's not comfortable here either. This bed really sucks here in the hotel, but it did help me to stretch out and to open up my neck and my back a little bit and everything because it was really bad from that memory foam. So the mattress that I got, it just arrived today at my parents' house. So I went and I got it. I went to my parents' house. Also, my fur baby's food came for the month. She has the smalls, so it's like a subscription thing every month. So that goes to their house. And so I went and I kept that all that has to stay frozen, so I kept all that in the freezer. I took care of that, and I took care of the bed, and I was so nervous because I was like, damn, I hope this mattress works, because if this mattress doesn't work, I'm gonna be stuck at the limb of having to stay at a hotel until I figure out this bed situation, or I'm gonna have to go to the carpenter, which wood prices now, because of politics, I'm not going to get into politics, but because of it, wood prices are even higher now. So getting all of that done is going to cost even more. And so I was just like so stressed because of finances. You know, I was so stressed and I was like, dang, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And bam, you know, it worked. I went and I picked it up and I put it in and I was like, this is too good to be true. Is it really working? And I tried it and I laid on it and it's perfect. So now I can't wait until my checkout where I could actually test it out at the campsite. Now at the campsite, I'm not going to have service, but I will be recording. I do have a satellite, but my battery only runs the satellite for like 2-3 hours. And then the battery dies, and then I have to recharge it so that I can hook up the satellite again. So when I do that, I will be posting things for all of you from over there, and I am happy to be going over there again because, and I'm not stating where I'm going on purpose for my safety. I will you will all know where it is and see the videos of it after I leave that area. I will post that area just for safety. But I mean, I'm really happy to go there because the day I'm going to be there is the last day that the host is going to be there. He's leaving and the new hosts are coming in the next day. So Sunday, he's going to be gone Monday morning, and then the new hosts will be obviously there being trained by whatever manager. So I really want to say goodbye to the host, and that would be nice to see him and say bye because he's awesome. He's just a great guy, and he will be missed. And yeah, I'll also get to check out the new hosts and see if this campsite stays quiet and peaceful, or if it's somewhere I'm not going to be returning anymore. You know, because the host has everything to do with these things. Because if the host isn't doing their job, you know, and doing their responsibilities of the host, then you're going to have people who are not, you know, respecting quiet hours. So after 10 o'clock at night, you're going to have people like making a ruckus, you know, blasting music, like yelling and screaming and just being obnoxious. And that's not the kind of place that I am looking to stay at ever. So, so that's not going to work. So the host is really important, and that's why I really liked this place, because he was really on top of it. His name is Calvin, and Calvin was very on top of things at this place. So he's definitely going to be missed a lot. And yeah, you know, I guess with the camp hosts, I get it. You know, like these are like seasonal jobs, and they leave for the season, get new, and vice versa, whatever. And so, but it sucks when you have a host that's really awesome, and then you lose them. You're like, oh man, who's going to take your place? You know. So that's where we are. So stay tuned, because you will be on the road with me. Seeing how things go. So we'll see. But yeah, I got a good spot. I was able to get a good spot for the week over there. So I'm really happy about that, because I've stayed at a couple different areas, both like the upper area, the lower area. I've stayed in different spots, and not all of them are great, because a lot of them, like in the upper areas, they have a lot of ants everywhere. And it's like you don't really want to stay in your campsite that is full and bombarded of ants, right? Because when you put your table out and then your stove and you start cooking, the ants are going to climb up your table, and they're going to get on your table. They're going to get on the food. They're going to like take over. So it's just not the business. Like this last time I had to leave the campsite early because there was too many ants. So I was just like, oh my God, I can't do it anymore. It was getting too annoying. And I just knew it was a matter of time until they found their way into the car. I mean, can you imagine what a disaster to get ants in your camper van? Oh my God, even though it's a minivan, that's still my mini camper van. That's what it is. You know, my car is not my car. That's my home on wheels. So I just, you know, I was like, no, I'm done. I'm so done. And so you can't stay in all of the sites. So the site that I got was one site that is kind of small. My van is about 18 feet. This spot is like kind of small. It's for like 15 feet. But last time I stayed in that site, I fit just barely. Like I was just good. So I know I can fit in that spot. So that's why I reserved it too. So I'm really happy that I got it. And last time I didn't have any problems at that one with ants and everything. And it was leveled. So it was good, you know. Not only is being leveled important for me in my bed and sleeping, but it's mostly important because of my baby's water fountain. As you see behind me over here, that's her food bowl, and this white one is her water fountain. And so the water fountain has to be leveled, you know, or else the water is going to be spilling and going off. So the ground, it's important that it's leveled, or else, yeah, the water fountain is going to give an issue. And I've had that happen before, and I was like, oh no, and the water goes all over the place. I gotta clean it, and yeah, a lot's been happening. So So yeah, I just wanted to update you guys, and I hope you enjoy the first video that I posted, which is of the Oak Flats. That's a really beautiful area. It was so green and luscious green. It was so beautiful. I think it was from this last rains that we got, and it was just so vibrant and beautiful and nice. But yes, the ranger there could work on his people skills. He was not the nicest. I was still kind to him and smiling and laughing, like as if like his, it didn't bother me. But yeah, the ranger over there could really work on his people skills. So yeah, I just wanted to update you guys on that. And I also wanted to let you guys know that, yeah, my mattress works. I'm not gonna be at the mercy of these hotels. I'm so happy. Yay! Hashtag winning. So yes, I'm so happy about that. But I just wanted to, post this video and also like let all of you know too, like it's not always going to be perfect. Things are gonna go wrong. And if you're me, in my case, everything's always going wrong. It's constantly having to figure shit out all the time. It's like, oh, that went wrong. Oh, now that went wrong. Oh, now there's this. So it's just a constant thing of finding solutions. And so it's important to just focus on the solutions and not stress too much about things, because it's already stressful enough on its own. Living in the car, even in a van, it doesn't matter what size. It's not easy, it's not easy. I'm very comfortable in there. I much prefer the van rather than this hotel or anything else, but it's not easy finding a place overnight to sleep. And that's one of the challenges for me. Because out here in California, they purposely make it difficult. So that's just a challenge for me. That may not be a challenge for you in the state that you're at. Like, for example, Arizona. If I was in Arizona, it would be awesome. There's like all the BLM land, all the Wi-Fi service. Please and thank you. Yes. So yeah, but unfortunately, I'm stuck here in California, where everything's expensive and there's like no land for you to go and stay on. But it's fine. I'm figuring it out. And as I'm figuring it out, I'm bringing you all along with me on the ride. So I hope you enjoy it. And at the end of this year, last year, we brought in this year, 2025, by losing my dear uncle in Texas. So this year, at the end of this year, 2 days after Christmas, it will be his 40th. So I am going to be going back to Texas. And I didn't record last year because I was grieving really hard. And I was just going through a really crazy emotional mood swing roller coaster. And so I was nowhere to, I was not going to be public about something like that. So I needed my privacy. And so I didn't record. And I also didn't want those things to be my first videos on here also. So yeah, so this year though, when I go back to Texas, I will also be taking you all along with me. So all of this journey, all of this, you will all be along with me. And as it says, Annie in the wild, as I'm in the wild, you will all be with me. And yeah, as we figure it out. And I'm actually really loving this whole minivan life thing. So I actually am going to be going on multi-state trips. And because I don't want to stay living in California. And so whatever I do, I'll be bringing you all along with me. So don't even worry. You will all be here along the road and journey. So I love you all so much. Thank you, you beautiful souls, for being here. And remember to like and subscribe. It really will help my channel out. It's a small, tiny little channel that I'm just starting. So any like and subscription means the world to me. I hope you enjoy the channel, and I hope you stay safe wherever you are in the world. Until next time, mwah, blessed be everybody. Bye.